Good afternoon and welcome to Through the Static. This is Stephen the Medium, your host, and I have with me my very handsome co-host.
Well, thank you. That would be me, Coach Elex, in the house.
That would be me.
That's right.
That would be me. And we have Mark Kalak, who is the best producer in the world that always produces both mine and Elix's show. So everybody wave hi to Mark. And if you're online, you can actually see him in the studio, where hopefully we'll be soon. So how is everybody? We just had a very fun, as we always do, Through the Static show on Facebook Live, which was pretty funny. And as usual, Elix...
Why it was funny?
Well...
Really? I mean, we only had like 5 minutes available because Steven decided to play.
Well, listen, that's part of the software. Like, it shouldn't have had issues, but it did. So we had a great time. We had a good time. We really did have a good time. And I was also just talking about I haven't had a live show since we came back from vacation from Palm Springs. Well, since the premiere of Lady of the Dunes, April 1st and 2nd, which was phenomenal. And it was both cinemas, both theaters were sold out. And I don't even know how to express the feeling, right, Elix, that when I walked into both cinemas, both theaters on April 1st in Dennis, April 2nd in P-Town, people that I know from Facebook that follow me, that follow Stephen the Medium, follow you, Elix, and you get to see their profiles and whatnot, or if I've done readings with them via Zoom, so I know what they look like, showed up without me knowing in both cinemas. It just was the best, greatest, grateful feeling I've ever had.
It was amazing. It really was amazing, and both premieres were really sold out. In the one in P-Town, there was even a wait list of people who couldn't get in, and the documentary will far exceeded my expectations. It was amazing, and Steven is like really feature beautifully in the documentary.
Yeah, you got it. If you haven't seen it, you have to go see it. Frank Durant was on last week on Elix's show, the producer, the director, and he's just I said this on your show Elix, excuse me, that he's not only just such a smart, talented guy, producer, director, but he's just such a compassionate guy also. It's really amazing, and I just love the fact that this documentary is getting all this exposure. And as Elix just said, the plan was it was going to be premiered April 1st and 2nd like it did, and then Frank he's in whatever he's doing, speaking, talking to media companies to see where this is going to go, and he's had offers already, and he's just which is a great thing. He's just taking it slow to see where he wants this to move forward to. But the Cape Cinema in Dennis said to Frank, one of the managers or both managers, why didn't you tell us that you made such an incredible documentary? That's what they said to him, and begged and asked if they could have it back for 6 days. So it's coming back Friday through next Thursday. So if you're on the Cape, you can go see it, and it's on several times a day. And this Friday, Elix and I will be there. Frank will be there, and Frank is going to do question and answers. I think he told me after the film. So, and I think that's usually the way it works. So, which I love, if, what I love it too, that, he asked me to come up, and I said, you don't have to twist my arm. I absolutely would come up for questions and answers. But the first thing in my crazy head, and Elix knows probably where I'm going with this, is I just thought, oh my God, I can get on stage and say, let's bump up the lights, because that's what Carol Burnett used to do on her show.
This is the time where it would be awesome to have video so that people could see my face at the moment, because
I think they know.
Honestly, I just don't even know what to say about that. But
I wasn't sure you were even going to say anything, because that's also after 29 years. Sometimes stuff that comes out of my mouth, I just hear a sigh and footsteps leaving me. Sometimes it's not verbal.
Yeah, yeah. But there's a possibility of
But
that.
seriously, like I mean, I used to beg my mother to stay up because Carol Burnett was always on Saturday nights at 10 o'clock, and I was young, so and that was late, and so because Carol Burnett started I think it started in the 60s, late 60s through the 70s. But she used to do that at the beginning of her show. The questions and answers were like the greatest part of, all her skits were great, but she would come on and say, let's bump up the lights. And she'd take questions and answers. I don't think I can do that because I think, the audience and Frank are going to look at me like, what's wrong with you? But that did run through my head. That would be kind of cool. And then I could grab my ear, and then at the end I could pull out a book and just have Frank sign it and Chris sign it. So people that don't know Carol Burnett don't have any idea what I'm talking about. But the ones that do are smiling. I know it. So just saying.
Just saying. Just saying. We'll leave it at that, people.
What a beautiful day. I was thinking too that if you listen to the show on the computer, you hear my wonderful theme song, Lotta Love, right? That's why last night, and by the way, if you didn't watch or you weren't part of my YouTube live yesterday, go to my channel and subscribe, Stephen the Medium, because I'm going to be doing a lot on YouTube. I did a presentation about angels, and I'm telling you, you're going to love watching this because there's something, one of the questions I asked right at the beginning of the live is, did you know you see your angels quite often? And I said, I'll tell you at the end of the presentation. So if you want to know how you see them, go and listen to that. It was pretty cool. Plus I did readings, which was really great. And I was telling everybody that when I was finishing these readings on YouTube, I was ending with Lotta Love. And I said that how that came up is that, when I do either Zoom readings or in live, in like people are in front of me and they're live readings, obviously I get to see their faces. When I started the radio show, it was a little bit different because, you do readings, but you hear voices, but you don't see people. You don't see their faces. And I just thought, Elix, I don't even know if you know this. I just always thought, what could I do to equate to seeing the face and making the person I'm reading feel the same way I'm feeling? And I thought, well, my theme song is Lotta Love. So how about if at the end of my readings, I say Lotta Love? Did you know that's where that came from?
I did not.
So I'm just an onion. You just keep pulling the layers and you're going to get more and more and more like Carol Burnett. So, but Elix, listen, before we go to the first break, and if you've never had a reading with me, call and you will have a reading with me. But what's going on with you to tell people?
Well, first of all, I think the one thing I want to tell people is that you talked about Lady of the Dunes. Last week we had an amazing show, my show. I had the director of Lady of the Dunes, Frank Durant, as the guest, and it was a fascinating show. We got a lot of incredible feedback, the people who listened to the show. So this week I'm doing a follow-up to that, and this time I'm going to have Christopher Sutherland, and he is a writer who actually is publishing a book about Lady of the Dunes, and he has worked very closely with Frank Durant. So a lot of the information in the book is very consistent with the information in the documentary. And he's also going to be there Friday, and he's going to be in my show Friday at 1 p.m. So if you want to hear more about Lady of the Dune and what's going on and when that book is going to be released, you want to tune in Friday at 1 p.m.
And just a side note, the book that Christopher is writing, my note is in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Christopher asked me if the note that when I filmed Lady of the Dunes, and you actually will see the note in the documentary in Lady of the Dunes, which is so cool. But I sat and meditated and asked Lady of the Dunes to step forward and to dictate to me, like, what happened to her. I said, give me information. And I wrote the note, and then I gave it to Frank the first day of filming. and Christopher asked, could I send the note and a copy of the note, which of course I had. And he said, because I want to put it in my book. How cool is that?
It's amazing. That note plays a very important role. So you guys have to do whatever you got to do to watch that documentary. And we would love to see everyone Friday at 7 p.m.
Yes. And going back to what you said, Elix, Frank, you got to go back, get a grip with Coach Elix, because that you can find that the repeat. You have to listen to that because it gives you. I mean, Elix has great questions for Frank, and Frank just does an amazing job of explaining the documentary and how it all came about, and just some inside information, which is so cool. And then Friday with Christopher, that's going to be amazing because we met Christopher and he is such a great guy. He's just another one that's like, I shouldn't say how do we, because it's the universe, it's our universe that pulls these people close to us that are great people. Because, I mean, Christopher is great, isn't he?
He's just another very authentic, very down-to-earth guy, committed to doing the right thing for Lady of the Dunes.
Both him and Frank. So listen, I'm going to take a break because it's that time. 508-223. I sounded like I was Cindy Brady from the Brady Bunch. 508-222-1320. If you've never had a reading with me, give me a call. And when I get back, I'm going to start taking calls. We'll be right back. And it's gonna take a lot of love. So welcome back to Through the Static. This is Stephen the Medium. Coach Elix is right by my side as co-host. And feel free, when I pull you up and start giving you a reading, if you have any questions for Elix, he is an open book, so he'll share whatever he has, and he's got a lot. I got to tell you, a very smart guy, right?
That should be a new segment. Questions for Elex.
I just again bump up the lights. All right, let me go to the first caller. Hi, this is Steven. Who's this?
Hi, this is Kristen.
Hi, Kristen. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good too. Kristen is great. So, Kristen, let's tune into what is going on here with you. Well, this is really weird to start a reading like this, Kristen. Let me start with this. Is there been a baby either newly born or recently born, or a baby coming?
Yes, my granddaughter was born in June of last year. That's the soonest.
Do you it's kind of cool because I just saw a spirit, without telling me yet who it is, and they will, just projected me to you in the need, or the I mean, of course it's your granddaughter, but holding her, and I could actually see that. But do they live away from you?
No, they don't live too far. I lived with them, and then I moved out once the baby was born because the house got too big. So I am separated from them at this point, yes, but only by.
So you were living there. That's what I'm pulling up, because I kept talk about the separation. So when you were there and when you left, know that everybody in spirit, there's such a strong mother energy here, Kristen. Is mom here or passed?
My mom's here.
So then it's got to be either, do you have a mother-in-law who's passed?
I do not. My best friend passed away. She's a mother. I don't know if that's the energy coming through.
It could be. Who's the E name connected here?
What was the initial?
E, like Evelyn, Edward, Ellen. There's an E, a really strong E.
My aunt's name is Eileen, but she's with us, so I don't know if that's a reference.
It is. You know what, Kristen, why that's a reference is that, I always, and I never have a chance to do this because it's the radio, I don't have a lot of time, but I usually, when my readings say that, like when I get names, it can be either people living or people crossed. And what this is all about is letting you know that this is definitely then a grandmother. It feels as if it's your mom's mom stepping forward, however, and is always with you. But she also keeps pointing to, you said your friend that passed away is pointing that she's here too. You said it was a friend, right?
Yeah, she's my best friend.
Oh wow! So know that. And who's the M name? Is that her first, middle name, last name? What's M?
M is actually my grandmother Mary, and M is also my best friend's last name from Medina.
I love that. How cool is it that your grandmother and your best friend gave one letter that hit both of them? So That's so wild that grandma and your best friend, Kristen, is like she just won the lottery. She's jumping up and down, so excited that she gets to talk to you. She's like, Kristen, but someone keeps calling you Chris.
My family calls me Chris.
Yeah, because I can hear. Maybe it's your grandmother, because I keep hearing it. I've never, Kristen, you're a first for me. I've never had this in spirit, but Pian de beer. Do you like? Is there something like with a Pian de beer or Chinese food? Like, did you guys go out a lot for Chinese food?
Me and my best friend, we used to go have scorpion bowls.
I love that. I just said to your best friend, she keeps talking, and I'm like, I know you're excited. I know it. She keeps hugging you, Kristen, looking up at you, hugging you. And she keeps, I know I'm all over the place, but she just keeps thanking you. She keeps saying what an incredible soul Kristen is, in that she feels so honored that you guys had that time. But you know something, Kristen? She talks about, was there ever a point that someone connected to you guys, you didn't talk for a while?
If
it wasn't... I'm sorry, Kristen.
we've always talked, but there were some points that it wasn't every single day like it used to be. So maybe it went to once a week at points.
No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it, Kristen. So she's talking about something. It could be just about you and your like another friend or family or her. But she's telling me that there was a distance of either like I don't know if this is an argument or someone's not talking, and then there's a lot of guilt because of it. So someone passes maybe and someone says, like, I spent so much time not being there. I don't know if this falls on you or falls on her, but just make...
I feel that because I feel that. Her death was very unexpected. So wow. I hadn't seen her. Like, I saw her and then, like 2 weeks a week and a half went by. I didn't see her and she died. So I hold that some guilt.
So, Kristen, why she brings that up and how amazing is this woman, your best friend, is bringing that up to say, this is the day, Kristen, that you let that go, that based on your relationship, based on how the universe put you two together. You know what she just said to me, Kristen, which I love? She said, she actually said it to you, not to me, and said, Kristen, if you hold on to guilt, like you just mentioned, then you're disrespecting the amazing relationship we had. You're disrespecting like that when we came in this cluster of souls, that we came together and that God gave us this, or whoever you believe in, if it's not God, whomever it may be. But what she's saying is that don't you dare even feel that for a second. I love you so much and I'm with you. And she just said, and get ready, because now in spirit, I can be with you every second. She keeps bringing me to a car. She's in a what was that?
My car just broke down this morning. I just dropped it off at the shop.
Wow. Wow. I mean, I know that's so random, Kristen, but it's just one of those things that she wants to let you know that she knows everything and she sees everything that's going on. There's a dad energy too. Is your dad here or crossed?
My dad's here.
Is Kristen's father crossed?
I'm Kristen. No, my father.
I'm Kristen. I'm sorry. Your best friend. Is her dad crossed?
She didn't know her. I don't know. I don't know that answer.
Okay, got it. Yeah. There's just a really, really strong father figure that just keeps putting his arms around her. And she's all over the place. She also makes me feel like she had a nickname when she was young, or there was something, or an abbreviated name. There's something that she keeps talking about, and also keeps talking about the GOJ name.
GOJ. Well, her name is. I used to call her Vi. Her name's Viola.
Wow. So that's the little nickname. Just make sure you keep that G or J connection, unless there's a namesake that's passed down. Because sometimes when I get G or J, it could be Junior. All I can tell you is that she just said to me. What was that?
They used to call one of her children is a junior. They call him Junito.
Oh my God. I love that, Kristen. I love that. It's just making sure it's her. But what I was about to say is that you have now this beautiful guardian angel, Kristen, from her, from Vi, and that also, her energy when she was here on Earth is pretty extraordinary. She's this extraordinary person. You just make sure that Vi is with you every single second. And she talks about there's something with the being cremated or not being cremated. There's something with, was she cremated?
She was not. No.
Would you
they had difficulties paying, but they ended up able to pay for her funeral, so she was buried.
I wonder if at some point, because funeral homes services are not cheap. So I just wonder if at that point maybe there was some discussion, but it's all, again, Kristen, it's all about Vi just letting you know how much she loves you. So I'm going to leave you with that. I got to take a break anyway. So Kristen, thank you so much for calling.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Kristen, a lot of love to you, and you have a great night. And we will be right back. And welcome back to Through the Static. This is Stephen the Medium with Coach Elix as my co-host. You know, when I finished Kristen, I meant to tell her that Vi, her best friend or good friend, said that when Kristen was on hold, Kristen said to Vi, you better come through. I meant to tell her that. So maybe if Kristen's listening, Kristen know that Vi heard you say that, and thus the reason why she would not let you down. So let me go to the next caller. Hi, this is Stephen. Who's this?
Denise?
Hi, Denise. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too, Denise. Now this is like a very interesting day with these readings. Denise, so let me start with this then. They keep showing me Easter. They keep showing me Easter eggs. Is there something, I mean, I know we just passed Easter. Is there someone's birthday or anniversary or something special around Easter?
My brother passed near Easter.
Your brother passed on Easter or near Easter?
A Good Friday. Right.
Wow. I love that your brother is the first to let you know that he's stepping forward to wave his hand at you. And he's very, very excited that he's here. But you know, Denise, also very interesting what he's giving me. Denise, do you know somebody that either like tried like that they were having issues getting pregnant and tried I can't think of the term, you know what I'm talking about, or thought about freezing their eggs?
No.
So I love Denise. No, move along, Stephen. No, I don't know that.
I had a just for a second, but I was like, I don't think so.
Just make sure, Denise, you keep that with you because this could be something that happened several years ago. In vitro. I couldn't think of the darn word. In vitro. There's something that somebody, even though like what was that?
His daughter's pregnant.
Wait a minute. Your niece?
My brother who passed daughter is pregnant.
Oh my God! Wow.
Together.
Wow! What a wild way that they got me to that or got you to that. That's pretty wild. With when I went to go past your brother with the eggs, he was like, "No, stay with the eggs." But you know what? I realize now your brother is funny. Like he's got a very, very different sense of humor, and I'm like, leave it to him to give me that way. So in any case, he also just keeps showing me, Denise, somebody's got letters on them. Like, do you have tattoos?
No, I don't have any.
Somebody's got a tattoo of letters. I don't know if this is like the initials of somebody or somebody's thinking about getting, and it doesn't have to do anything with your brother. Maybe it does. I don't know. But there's I keep seeing letters. So just make sure you keep it with you. Does your brother's family, do they have like tattoos?
I think all of my family has them but me.
Oh, of course. I pick you, right? And ask about the tattoos. The one in the family that doesn't, which is kind of funny. All of this is just given by your brother. But was there a trip to Florida, or is there a connection to Florida?
I'm taking a trip to Nashville.
So that's going to be the South. Is that soon?
In 3 weeks.
Wow. It could also be, Denise, a double validation. It could be, something else that they want to bring up in Florida, but I knew there was some kind of trip. And just also a great way, Denise, to let you know that everyone in spirit is watching you and going to make sure that you're safe. And there is something very special about this trip. Now, I don't know if there's something like you're going for or you're just going to relax, and I'm telling you there's something special.
Okay.
Really, really special. And Denise, who's the S name? I keep getting
Scott.
Who's Scott?
Is he passed or alive?
I can't tell because they just keep they keep running S my name.
He's a friend.
He's a friend? Is that what you said? Okay. Yeah. They're giving that as a reference I'm not really sure why. And, I love your question about is he past or living? Because, that's what I always say. And I said to Kristen, the first caller, I never know sometimes when spirit gives that as a validation. There's a father here. So your dad is crossed?
Yes.
Your father just said to me, she knows why. He's also, you got a funny family. Your father just crossed his hands, like looking at you, and said she knows exactly why we brought that up. The S. Only you'll know that or understand that, but that's what he's giving as a validation. And I will say that this is, regardless of why you're going on vacation in a couple of weeks, it is something that is way necessary, Denise. It almost feels like it's a reboot, if you will. It feels like it's something, again, changes or happens that's like a rejuvenation, regardless of what the reason is. So I'm going to leave you with that, Denise. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you so much, Stephen. Have a great night.
All right. You too. Thank you. And a lot of love to you, Denise.
Okay.
Bye-bye. I love these readings and loved ones coming through. And I love the sort of like the secret code. She'll know why I'm bringing up Scott, which is kind of cool. So let me go to the next caller. Hi, this is Steven. Who's this?
This is Tina.
I missed your name. What is it?
Tina.
Tina?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, Tina.
Hi.
Hi. You sound so distant. Maybe it's the connection, but I'm glad you're here, and you're here because you're supposed to be here. Tina, who's the father energy for you that's crossed?
Definitely my father.
So, Tina, just know that your dad is the first to step forward. Your dad, and there's also a really strong mother. Is your mother, is this mother or grandma? Is your mother here or crossed?
Both parents have crossed.
Okay, got it. So just know that mom and was there cancer?
Mom had cancer, yes.
So know that it's just a way to distinguish, both mom and dad are here. Your mother is kind of a little annoyed that your father got through first before her. Just saying, Tina. And because she just keeps putting her arms around you, and she's just so excited that she gets to talk to you. I asked, I think, Kristen, who the E, also Tina, what's the E name? Like Edward or Evelyn, or there's an Elizabeth. Where's the E come in for you?
I don't know an E. I don't.
So just keep it with you, and remember, Tina, when they give me these letters or names, it can be either people living or people crossed, and it doesn't necessarily have to be family. It can be a friend, it could be a neighbor, but there's always a reason for it. So something's got to be going on. So just keep it with you. Tina, I was just told. So it's kind of cool. I was just told by your mother it's a middle name. It's middle.
Oh, geez, thanks, Mom. I have to think on that. Good Lord. I have a question. Can I ask a question?
Did you get the E? I didn't hear you.
No, I don't know an E. I got to think about that.
Make sure the middle name you keep it with you, because it feels like Mary Ellen or like Marie Elizabeth. There's an E in the middle somewhere, and sometimes it's even a maiden name. So, but yes, shoot, you have a question? I love this. Nobody ever asked me questions. Ask.
I have a brother who passed just last month, and I need to know how he is, if he's there.
Oh, he's definitely there. Excuse me, Tina. The first thing your brother just said is to make sure you know how at peace he is. And is another? Did he have a tattoo?
Yes.
Because he just said just bring up the tattoo. She knows. He loves you. And he said don't think before this reading ended that regardless, he would have come through. He definitely would have come through. Why does he keep showing me who had a bike?
A bike?
Yes. Like I don't know if this is a motorcycle, a regular bike. Why do you know why he keeps showing me that?
I don't.
Okay, so somebody in the family, or maybe his friend, but there's a bike, and I can hear it's definitely a motorcycle, or like in a whatever those things called, those other things are called. In any case, he wants to give that as a validation. Wait a minute, Tina, was he cremated?
He was.
Because he keeps talking about the ashes. The ashes. Are they going to be split, or is somebody going to put them in something?
I took him. I took his ashes on a tour before we buried him, and I did take some. So he's
Oh
with.
my God. Hey, so Tina, listen, if you're wondering if it's him, he's okay. He's with you all the time. Oh, it's him. And why does he keep saying like a GJ name? Junior, John, Jim, who's the G or J name connected in this family, in your family?
I gotta think about that one too. I'm missing on the name. Sorry.
No, Tina, they'll always come. But if you can't get it sounds like there's a George. But if you don't get that, just make sure you know that your brother's saying that a name was. Did your brother or your father or somebody have like their first or middle name that came from like their father or grandfather?
Both my brother and my father are named Bob.
Got it. So know that that's the namesake, and just to let you know that he's giving that also as a validation. And talks, was he the only brother, only boy?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. And he's the golden child. He just said, "I was the only boy. I'm the golden child." So make sure, Tina, everything that he just said is just to let you know that how at peace he is. And he just said to me, Stephen, you don't get any better family, and you certainly don't get any better sister than who you're talking to. And everything that she did for me, he's sort of bowing to you. So just make sure, Tina, you let that be absorbed, and you understand and get how grateful and appreciative he is for everything. Whatever the case may be, he just keeps saying, I don't have the words to say how grateful I am for my sister. And just keeps giving you big hugs and big hugs. And Tina, he just said to me too that, and listen to this, I love when Spirit says this. Your brother just said that part of his passing opens a gift of yours to you. So make sure, Tina, you understand that. That could be you understanding something about yourself or something like that, but your brother loves you so much, Tina, and I know how difficult this can be.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. And Tina, just make sure you know that your brother said to me in a big smile, "Tell her I'm hugging her. Tell her I'm hugging her." I'm like, I will do that. And he's always hugging you. And you've got the biggest protector now that your brother is in spirit. I mean, this boy is protecting you from everything. It's not only your primary guardian angel, and he said, and it was tough to become the primary guardian angel because she's got a lot of people that love her up here, but he is. And Tina, just know that he said, sis will be reunited a long time from now. You've got a lot to do because of what the impact you have on people here. He said, but we will be rejuvenated and reunited. He said, and you bet I'll be the first to see you when that happens. So, and that bond never breaks, Tina.
I believe that. Thank you so much.
Tina, lots of love to you. And I will tell you that I send white light to you for healing. And your brother just said to me, she doesn't need healing. She's got me. I love your brother. I love his humor and just his love. And boy, does he love you, and thank you. So I got to go for a break. Tina, thank you so much for calling.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, Tina, lots of love, and we'll be right back. It's gonna take a lot of love. And welcome back to Through the Static. I am Stephen the Medium. I'm going to go right to the next caller. Hi, this is Stephen. Who's this?
Hi, Stephen. This is Lauren.
Lauren, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks. Very well. And I just have to give a shout-out to my girl, Denise, because I wouldn't be here on the line listening to you if she didn't tell me about you.
I love that. Well, when you see Denise, give her Denise, who I just spoke to a couple of calls ago.
No, a different Denise. You have spoken to her, and you met her recently.
Lauren, yes. I just happened to read someone named Denise. Oh, I know that cutie, Denise. I know her very well. Lauren, thank you. I'm so glad that Denise shared that, and you're here. So,
thanks. And Stephen, I just wanted to let you know I'm also sitting here with my sister Lee. So.
Hi, Lee. Hi, Lauren. The two L's, Lauren and Lee. So let me get into this quickly before time runs out. So one of the first things I keep getting when I'm tuning into you guys, did somebody, and let me preface this, Lauren and Lee, that this is never future stuff. So whatever I say is never like, oh my God, this is going to happen to somebody. Did somebody just recently, or is somebody going through something that requires like blood, or did someone just go to the doctors or an IV?
Well, yes, I have infusions.
Got it. Just know that I could see something going in my arm, and I couldn't tell whether it's infusions, IVs, whatever the case may be. Just know, Lauren, it's just a great way that your loved ones are letting you know that they're here. I heard Lauren Lee, but are there three of you all together?
There's three L's, yes.
Yeah, because that's what I just heard someone say. There's three of them. So it's a really, really strong father energy. I don't know. Is Dad here or crossed?
Dad's crossed.
So know that your dad, and who's the W? Like Walter or William? There's a W connected.
Could it be Waters, my last name?
Yes, of course it could be, especially when we're going with your dad, whether that's your maiden name or married name, it doesn't matter. It's just a really, really great way that your dad is letting you know, both of you guys know, that he's around with you. There's a mother energy, but let me just start with your mother's mother is crossed, right?
Yes.
So she's stepping forward. Is your mom also, is she here, your mother, or crossed?
No, she's crossed as well.
So know that I kind of thought that, but it's hard with your mother because your mother's connection with you guys is very, very strong. So I couldn't really tell whether she was here or not. But just know that your mom said, just bring up there's a birthday or an anniversary really close, Lauren and Lee. Something's very close.
My birthday's coming up.
So when you say birthday's coming up, what month?
May, next month.
Okay. Got it. So, because sometimes some people will say, well, yeah, my birthday's coming up. And I was like, when? October. No, that's not it. So Frank, who's the F name? I keep getting the Philip, Frank, Franny. There's an F name connected. Is the third one a brother?
No, but there is a brother. He's just not an L.
No. You have, there's three of you all together, right?
Well, there's four altogether, but three girls with L.
Oh, I got it. So there's the three L's, but you have a brother too. I kept hearing somebody say the boy. So just, they're also your dad, mom giving a validation to your brother. And let me ask you, Ann, first name, middle name, who's got Ann? Anna,
well, we have a couple. We have a Mary Ann that passed a couple of years ago, but we also have an Anne Marie, and my sister Lee's middle name is Ann. So we have three.
I love that. I love how the one who's crossed is stepping forward. But what I really love is that your mother and father just said, Lauren said Lee's there, and you can't hear her, so we got to give a shout out to Lee too, to make sure we know that she's there. And that's the reason why they gave Lee's middle name, which I love. And Lauren, somebody loved cars, or Lee, someone worked on cars, loved cars. There's cars, and I smell oil all over. Like,
my husband's a car guy.
But he's still here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, He's got. Oh no, it's him. They're giving it. They validate people living, people cross. But I just when I went to your husband, I also heard the Ja name. John, Jim, John, George, Jane. There's a G or J on your husband's side. So make sure you keep that with you. It also could be that who's got 2 kids?
My husband's brother, John.
There's the G or J. I got it.
Right.
Again, it's all your loved ones, his side, your side, all just giving these big, beautiful shout outs. And I unfortunately, because I'm up for time, Lauren and Leah, I got to stop here. Listen, thank you guys for calling so much, and lots of love to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. And you know what? Let me go to the next caller quickly. Hi, this is Steven. Who's this?
Sylvia.
Hi, Sylvia.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, Sylvia. So Sylvia, let's what is, do you have siblings, a sibling or siblings that have passed away?
Well, my mom, she had like a child, but the child didn't survive when it was born, so yeah.
So, but you don't have like a brother or sister-in-law or a brother-in-law who's passed?
No.
Oh, that's interesting. That's what it feels like. Maybe it is your mom's, which would be either you say it's your mom's child, right?
Right, correct, yeah.
So maybe Sylvia, maybe that's the case. Even though, my God, it feels like there's. I keep hearing. It's like I keep hearing brother-in-law. Maybe it is an ex, or I don't know what this is, but just make sure you keep it with you, Sylvia, because I keep hearing him saying, I'm in spirit. In 2, are there twins somewhere in your family or 2 kids?
Yeah. Yes, I have my brother, my oldest brothers are twins.
Wow, I love that, Sylvia. I love that there's a very strong mother energy stepping forward. Is your mom crossed?
No, she's still here.
So mom's mom then, it's on your mother's side, and this is a very loving, and because your mom's mom is crossed, right? Has passed away?
Yes, yes.
She keeps talking about Rose. The Rose, the name Rose?
It could be Rosetta, my auntie. She passed away in January of this year, so it could be her.
Sylvia, I love that your auntie Rosetta is stepping forward. She just is giving you a huge hug, a very, very big hug. And Sylvia, you know, as I'm connecting with you, there's angels everywhere. When I feel your energy, there's angels. I don't know if you like angels, pray to angels, or somebody. Mm-hmm. It's one of 2 things, or somebody very closely connected to you that is either here or crossed, prays to angels or love angels. It's very faith based. Just know, Sylvia, that you're sort of, if it's not you that loves angels, you're getting sort of the rewards of somebody else. Because when I look at you, I'm like, look how many angels are flying around, Sylvia. There's a lot going around.
Yeah, because I do believe in the Lord and His faith. Yes.
Hi, Sylvia. I love that. And you know, the greatest thing about that is here's these angels, just not that you need the validation with your faith, but here's these angels just giving you a nod and a wink saying, we hear you. Like, we know, we know, you know, we know everything that you're thinking and hearing about. And where's the diabetes come in?
Well, my mom has diabetes.
So why they bring that up is to let you know your grandmother and everybody else in spirit, Sylvia, are just giving this shout out to say that they're doing everything that they can from their end to make your mom well and to keep her in the best light, in the best place. It's a great thing. Somebody started walking or used to walk, or the exercise is really good. I keep hearing someone's yelling, the exercise is good. I can see my legs going, you know, but it also, Sylvia, it feels like I'm in a pool. Is there are you near water, or was there a pool near you guys? Does someone have a pool?
No, I don't have a pool. No.
Sylvia, I keep seeing someone's legs. It feels like therapy or exercise in the pool, like water aerobics, something like that. So just if it doesn't come, just make sure you hang on to it, keep it with you. You can always go to WARA Radio because you'll get to listen to this, or go to my Facebook page, but you'll get to play this. And Bob, Bill, Brian, who's the B connected to you? There's a really, it's a nickname. You know what it sounds like, Sylvia? It sounds like Bubba or Brody. It's a nickname. That's someone went by a nickname, and I keep hearing the M name too. So just make sure you keep that with you. It's a way to let you know that everybody, either living or across Sylvia, are with you. They're around you, and every tea, coffee, whatever you're drinking, I just heard when you sit down to drink something, your loved ones are with you and celebrating with you. Someone's got someone's table too. Someone's got a table, kitchen table, dining room table. Something was passed down. So make sure you keep that with you because they want to validate that. And Sylvia, the show's going to just end us. So I don't want to do that because I'm out of time. Just thank you so much for letting me do this, Sylvia.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Lots of love to you. And we are really close to time, overtime. Elix, tell everybody where they can find you.
At Coach Elix.
That's that simple.
And Friday at 1 p.m. Do not miss my show.
Yes, and go back to Friday's show with Frank Durant, and make sure you tune in and check Mock's show right before mine, 3 to 5, Mock's Jukebox. Mock produces mine and Elix's show. And there's another great way and availability to see through Lady of the Dunes. I was going to say through the static or through the dunes. Lady of the Dunes starts Friday in Dennis at Cape Cinema from Friday to Thursday. We will be there Friday night, 7 p.m. with questions and answers. So I hope to see you there, and lots of love to everybody. And we'll see you next week, or we'll see you Friday on Elix's show. So bye-bye.